My name is Jennifer Cruz and I'm the Executive Director of the Cancer Center here at Dana-Farber Brigham and Women's Cancer Center in clinical affiliation with South Shore Hospital. We've developed this class in conjunction with our nurse navigators and physicians in the building. It was a group of very energetic providers who got together and really wanted to create something that would provide education for patients ahead of starting chemotherapy treatment, as well as potentially reduce some natural anxiety that comes with starting something like chemotherapy.
I'm Kevin Smith. I was born and raised on the South Shore, and I was diagnosed with testicular cancer in June of 2016. 4 days later, I had surgery to remove the tumor. During my 6-month checkup in December, I found that the tumor had spread and that chemo was required. I got a call from Dee, and she informed me of the chemo orientation program they were having.
So they come to the center for the chemo orientation class, and I greet them in the first floor conference room where we hold it. And it's really amazing. They've formed friendships already. They'll be, seeing each other up in the infusion room, so it's really good. And then when they come for their first day of chemo, I'm there to greet them at the desk. So they have a familiar face and they know everything's going to be okay.
We came up with this orientation class, sort of with the goal being to help patients understand what chemotherapy is, how it's given, the side effects, and how we commonly deal with those side effects.
Not really knowing what chemo was or what it entailed, that was the scary part. Having the orientation was very helpful, very beneficial, because it helped set the expectations of understanding and knowing what I was getting into.
Well, when I first received the diagnosis of ovarian cancer and learned that chemotherapy would be the treatment, I think I was a little bit afraid, fearful, anxious about it. Most of my experience with chemo and treatment has been in the movies and very dramatic. But talking with the oncologist and learning more about it through an orientation program was helpful for me. Took some of the mystery out of it.
You can imagine after a diagnosis there's a lot of anxiety, there's a lot of ambiguity over what to expect. And the hope was that with this orientation class, we would give patients an environment where we could sort of answer some of those questions so that by the time they had their first treatment, they felt more comfortable with what was to come.
I get a lot of positive feedbacks from my patients because they really brings down their anxiety level, being surrounded by other patients who are going through the same thing.
Anything that can help take the anxiety, and again, the orientation program was so good for that. For me, I'm a person that I was always a planner, a manager and raising a family and always planning, right? And I think if you can have a plan and understand, all the details of it, you're much better equipped to deal with it head on.